I know what it feels like to have the world around you closing in, but I do know what it takes to persevere. Winter's always been a very harsh and troubling time for me. It was winter when I became a teen pregnancy statistic. It was winter when the death of my brother closed in around the holidays and made it very hard. Hardest part of the season. Winter has been keeping me hostage for many years by the cold that pervades and causes me to shrink back into hibernating beneath warm, reassuring, and securing blankets. Yet, on December 20th, 2011, I was waking up very excited because it was a Tuesday morning, just 2 days shy of winter, and I had made exciting plans for merging the poetry group that I was organizing with the American Jazz Museum in Kansas City, Missouri. Now, I lived in Blue Springs, Missouri, that was just outside of Kansas City's metropolitan area, and we had made plans for later that night to merge the two groups together with jazz and poetry at the Blue Room. And the Blue Room is an award-winning area where many people such as Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong have played and graced the stage. And I was excited because I would be gracing the stage that night. So, with just a few days before Christmas, I was preparing to enjoy the holidays with family, and I was going to take a turkey dinner to my then boyfriend, now husband's home. And he lived about 45 minutes away from me, but we both were going to prepare for the day and the evening for a poetry event. So as I was preparing, I had packed my turkey dinner. My daughter was off to school, and she would be coming off of break for winter in just a few days. But as I started packing my French blue Ford Focus, I made sure everything was prepared, and I had noticed that the crisp, cold wind was coming in at me, but it was so cold that when my warm breath rather, mixed with the cold air, it caused like a cloud. So I just noticed how cold it was. So I wore my new black and purple tartan plaid wool peacoat. I love that peacoat. And then I put on a scarf to match, and then I had tightly fit black wool gloves. So I looked cute. So I prepared to go, and I got into the vehicle, and in Blue Springs there's a lake. So I had a gorgeous view on my way, and I was briefing my mom on the phone. I was telling her where I was passing as the sun was just shining in the window and kissing the lake surface. I was very excited about the day, so just letting her in on that. And I was going down Woods Chapel Road, edging towards the highway. And as I edged towards the highway, I told my mom I need to get off the phone so that I don't get into an accident before I get on the highway. So I got off the phone. It was about 2 minutes later that I was making a turn onto the highway and what should have been a yield. And I saw the green, but I didn't yield. And I had, at 50 miles an hour, a head-on collision. So there was a silver van, and the lady was whisked away to the emergency room after hitting me head-on. What I remember smelling was the burning smell of metal and powder as the airbag deployed in my face. It hit my nose, it hit my head, and the seatbelt threw me back, and I felt the seatbelt go across in a running down red line that lasted even after. And then I had bruises that showed what had been left of it later on. So as I'm panicking, as people always say, your life flashed before your eyes, mine did. It sure did. Because my daughter, who was 10 at the time, just an image of her made me go into sheer panic because I thought with the chest pressure that I was just surely going to die. So I started panicking. And within minutes of the crash, there was the siren sounds coming from the ambulance as they rushed with the paramedics, and they pulled me out, and I was able to grab my purse. And once I got into the secured board as I'm laying there in the ambulance, they called my soon-to-be spouse and had him meet me at the emergency room. So of course I have panicked, and my car had been destroyed, the turkey dinner with it. But what I can say from that is that I've learned perseverance, because it's not always possessions that you should hold dear like a car, nor to keep people at such closeness that when they pass on, like my brother did during the winter time, that you can't get over the grief and that you secure back into warm blankets. But because of that, I now know what perseverance is. And so to make everyone aware that you can overcome certain seasons, whether it be winter, fall, spring, or summer. I was able to persevere, and so can you. Thank you.
Thank you.